Welcome to Textbook Tuition. In this textbook tuition, students can get free of cost learning lessons and tuitions, notes, and so on. Today I am going to teach Science of Class 7, Chapter 1, Nutrition in Plants. When we talk about nutrition, we know it's energy and food. That food have proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, waters, carbohydrates, and so on. Let us start. In class 6, you learned that food is essential for all living organisms. You also learned that carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals are components of food. These components of food are called nutrients and are necessary for our body. See, earlier in the class 6, you students have learned regarding the food required. The food is important to all the living things or living organisms, and it has also learned that the components of food, like as I just now mentioned, vitamin, fats, proteins, minerals, and so all these are forms as nutrients or energy. These components of food are called nutrients. So nutrients are necessary for our body. I mean, the food is important or food is essential or necessary to grow our body. All living organisms require food. Plants can synthesize food for themselves, but animals, including humans, cannot. They get it from plants or animals that eat plants. Thus, humans and animals are directly or indirectly dependent on plants. It is clearly mentioned all living organisms require food, needed food. Plants can synthesize food for themselves. See, the plants they can make food themselves. Plant can synthesize. Synthesis is one of photosynthesis process. I will explain it later. It is given here in this, and we can learn the same chapter here only. See, the plants can synthesize food for themselves, but we, animals and humans, cannot. We can't make food by our own in our body. All the nutrients and foods we get it from what? Plants and animals. So we humans and animals are directly or indirectly depend on plants. We eat some vegetable as plants, and animals depend on plants. It's a life process. Mode of nutrition in plants. Plants are the only organisms that can prepare food for themselves by using water, carbon dioxide, and minerals. The raw materials are present in their surroundings. It is the same things mentioned here. Plants are the only organisms. Plants can prepare food themselves by using or the process absorbing water, minerals from the soil. They get the sunlight, carbon dioxide from the air, and so on. The nutrients enable living organisms to build their bodies, to grow, to repair damaged parts of their bodies and provide the energy to carry out life processes. See, the nutrients is important or enable living organisms to build. Why it is nutrients? Nutrients are important to build our body or to build the living body, living things, and to grow, to repair damaged parts, and to survive, to provide the energy to carry our life process, to survive our life, and so on. Nutrition is the mode of taking food. Nutrition is the mode of taking food. See, taking food, we can understand it very simple way. Taking food, nutrition is what energy or taking food by an organism, by living things, and its utilization by the body, and it's the use of body by the body or the living thing eats the body. So nutrition is one of taking food and use it to grow, to damage parts, to repair our cell, reproduction purpose, and so on. The mode of nutrition in which organisms make food themselves from simple substances is called autotrophic. Auto is self-trophos nourishment. The mode of nutrition or the mode of energy or the food which organisms or the living things make food themselves, not by any other help, from the simple substances called autotrophic or autotroph. Therefore, plants are called autotrophs. See, the plants make food themselves, synthesize food themselves. It is autotrophic or autotrophs. Animals and most other organisms take in food prepared by plants. Animals and we human beings takes food that prepared by plants. We depends on plants and animal depends on plants. It is called heterotrophs. Heteros means others. Now we may ask where the food factories of plants are located. Whether food is made in all parts of a plant or only in certain parts. How do plants obtain the raw materials from the surroundings? How do they transport them to the food factories of plants? These are some questions asked you to find out the as activities to find out the answers of this kind of simple questions. Photosynthesis, food making process in plant. What is photosynthesis? We can say it simple way, food making process in plants, or plants prepare food themselves by the help of sunlight. It is photosynthesis. Follow the text now. Leaves are the food factories of plants. Therefore, all the raw materials must reach the leaf. Water and minerals present in the soil are absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves. Carbon dioxide from air is taken in. The leaves have green pigment called chlorophyll. It helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. This energy is used to synthesize, prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. Since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. Now, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is one of, like you can say, energy used to synthesize or prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. Since the synthesis of food occur in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. Or I'll give the short notes later on, or very easy to understand. I will explain the figure. See, diagram showing photosynthesis. Sun. These are the carbon dioxide and oxygen. Leaf, some chlorophyll in the leaves, small parts of leaf, and water minerals are absorbed in the soil. Flower. So the photosynthesis is the process. Plants, by the help of sunlight, they get carbon dioxide, oxygen, absorb water, minerals, chlorophyll. These are the process of food making by the plants by the help of sunlight or energy. During the process, oxygen is released. The presence of stars in leaves indicates the occurrence of photosynthesis. Starch is also a carbohydrate. Activity 1 is given here. So regarding the activity, I will let know you later on. And then next, I'll explain in the next season how nutrients are replenished in the soil. So I will upload more explanation, more notes of class 6, class 7 and class 8. So students, please follow this channel and share so that all students, your friends, can get the solutions of any kind of questions and notes, etc. Till then now,